Wait! 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 Who the fuck voices him? That's not Tim Allen. Buddy, that's not Tim Allen. Who the fuck's voice is this? That's not Tim Allen's voice. You call it right now, guys, though. I appreciate you guys coming back. Remember that triple is long. It is not LeBron James. It could be, though. Remember, I do stream right now. As of this week, this is the final week that I stream at 7:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's going to be changing to 10:30 at night. Just fun fact. In my time, which is Eastern Standard Time. Everybody else, it's about 7.
Please, speak freely.
I'm not gonna lie. This trailer is not good. It was just a bunch of walking. Wait, it's the official trailer too. Use them. Hey butters. Welcome to the stream. Whoa!
Oh my God! They came out of nowhere. There was a huge earthquake, and then there was burning in my yard. Didn't you hear about it? It's all over the news. Here, look.
And that a large earthquake and several fires in the South Park area
Sometimes
last
I
night
clip gold.
woke many
You do.
residents from their sleep. Here with the report
Gold
is a midget in a
clips.
bikini. Tom, government workers here are assuring everyone nothing out of the ordinary
What
has
happened to South Park? Got any nuts? I do got nuts on PB Island. There's acorns. Holy fuck! Jesus Christ. Get off of me.
You're getting a little thick, OG.
Like,
My fault, OG. Chill, OG. Chill. Nah, OG, chill. Chill, OG. My bad. I ain't even. Come on, OG. Chill. Come on, OG. OG, my bad, OG. My bad, OG. OG, my bad. Oh my God. OG, my bad. I'm sorry. My fault, OG. My leg.
he's still going. Jesus Christ. He loves everybody. Thor, do you want to be Cass? Do you want Cass to be your girlfriend? You want Cass to be your girlfriend too? I think that's a yes. Two. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna do a multiplayer game day. I think we'll announce it. I'll get Phasmophobia for the 12-hour stream. Here's the deal. We'll do Phasmophobia. People need to buy fucking Uno on Steam. People need it. If not, play an Uno by myself, and I'll write a massive thing, being like, "Hey, this is what we have." Whoa! What the hell? What the hell is there? That has a dick on it.
Oh Christ! What a pickle!
What the penis mouse? Let's burn it. Eat a penis. It's a burning penis. Alright, Butters. Professor Chaos. Holy shit, that's so fun. Oh yeah, we got the hammers. So that we can just like do this. One shot. I literally could just sit here. We could have a slapping Wolverine stream.
I like slapping fleshy things with this hand. That's for being in more comics than me. That's for making me love you. That's for making me hate you. That's for never taking us to the prom. That's for always working late. That's for being short. That's for stabbing me in the heart.
Oh
Literally. That's for never letting me fly the Blackbird except when I crashed it. That's for being the worst wingman in bromance history. That's because I want to see if the player will keep doing this. That's for all the hot gamer girls out there. Hey, call me.
Hey,
That's
call
for being
me.
a total douche. That's for never washing the dishes. That's for last year's white elephant gift. Who wants a white elephant? And finally, that's because the whole setup just added 5 minutes of bonus play to the most awesome game ever devised by mutant or man. I guess he's not waiting.
You would.
Okay, stop looking at your watch because you're here for 3 hours, buddy. Okay?
3-hour detention.
Whatever.
Now don't think your friends are gonna come bust you out this time, Craig.
My name is Feldspar, and I'm a level 6 thief, and the humans will
Feldspar.
soon rescue me from this tower.
No, your name is fucking Craig Tucker and you're in detention. Now start doing your homework. Okay, I've got all the doors sealed.
Okay. Okay. What the fuck's the point of making your character? He's the Grand Wizard.
Don't talk to her, she's not part of the game. Don't talk to her, she's not part of the game. Don't talk to her, she's not part of the game. Don't talk to her, she's not part of the game. Don't talk to her, she's not part of the game. Don't talk to her, she's don't talk to her, she's not. Don't talk to her.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey all, welcome to I Am Triple G stream. Prepare yourselves for the weirdest, wild, funny time of your life. The stream is about to start. 3, 2, 1. What?
Hola! How is everybody? What's going on? Hi, Thor again. Hello. Today on the docket, I just want to come out right away. Oh my god! Chimichurro and Ninja Boy are having a war right now on why Nintendo sucks. Chimichurro, I'm guessing that you had a problem with your Nintendo Switch, which that sucks. That happens. And Ninja Boy, you're coming in to defend Nintendo, eh? Why? What did they do to you? The worst day ever. Do you want to know why? I got a ticket while working by the police. And it's the stupidest ticket of all time. You're going to come out You're going to come out really quick? Yeah, I'm gonna come out right here. Yeah. Do you know Nintendo sells more shit than Xbox and PlayStation combined? What are your sources? What are your sources? My Switch Joy-Cons died. Oof. Oof. That sucks. I apologize. So no more Animal Crossing for you. By the way, you gotta come to my island. I got some new cool stuff. Today on the docket, though, we are gonna be doing some Photoshop battles because I just got home, had a bad day, and I just want to like do some fun stuff. You know, we want to do some real fun things. So we're going to go to Reddit and we're going to go to Photoshop battles. And what we are going to do is we're going to burp and Photoshop. So we're just here having a normal stream, a hangout stream. We're doing some Photoshopping. This is going to get put on YouTube. I bit my tongue. This is going to get put on YouTube. I'm going to send this to an editor and see what they can do with my Photoshop. So, welcome everybody to the channel. My name is I'm Triple G, and you're awesome, and I think you guys are sweet. And I've been tasked to join in to the Photoshop battles, and I got a novice skill, but a professional imagination, and that's all that really matters, right, guys? Right. So here it is. We're going to. That's the wrong screen. Why is chat there? Let's put you guys on the right screen and go to the right one, because you guys aren't supposed to be on that one. You're supposed to be on not that one either. What is going on? You're supposed to be on this one. There we go. How many kilometers over were you speeding? None. I was moving my GPS. Okay, hold on. Let's talk about my bad day real quick. So I drive my vehicle like this, right? Facing you guys. And usually I have a GPS right here. And I didn't. I had a GPS in the cup holder. And as I did a turn, I grabbed it and I had it like this to put in another cup holder right here. And that's where I got caught. And the police pulled me over, and I got a $785 ticket for holding a handheld while driving. And it was the stupidest thing. I'm gonna fight it, so but it put a damper in the day. But because of that, I really want to do Photoshop. So I'm all set up, ready to roll. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm dropping frames. I am. What's going on? This new camera, as much as it's great and I love it, I have had a lot of problemos with it. So, and I just don't understand why. Like, look, now it's darker. What is going on here? What if I go highest again? Will it change? No. Now it just, like, what? Why? It just... Now I gotta fix it. Because I can't do this. I can't have it not like this. I'm gonna brighten you up. Gonna change that white balance so that I don't look dead. And I gotta change the exposure. You know? Making money for the city. Oh my god. Yo, no, the worst part was he literally goes and pulls someone over right afterwards. Like in my view sight. And I'm like, wow. This motherfucker. This mother trucker. Sorry, Ninja Boy. I know you're Catholic. I actually don't know if you're Catholic, but whatever. See, I like what do I do? This has been like the, oh my gosh, and I'm super tired. I'm super sore because if you get in trouble, you get like shafted, and you don't get to like do things. This is how it is. This is how the stream's gonna be today. I'm gonna look like washed out, whatever. We're gonna do Photoshops because I want to. We're gonna do this, and I don't know what I want to do yet. End of the month, gotta meet the quota probably. 7 hours ago is the new one. We're gonna use it. Let's Photoshop this biatch. I'm ready. I wish I could like play regular music. No, it's so cute. I wish I could. Cause I'd be like just jamming right now to blink. Cause like it's that kind of day where you're just like you need to get happy, right? You just need happiness in your system. Oh, Chim, I also had like a 4-hour conversation last night with Brenda, which was kind of out craziness, but it's kind of nice. It's kind of cool. I kind of want to keep that. But this is what I want to get rid of. It was very strange at the time, and it's cool. I like what she wants to do. She was talking to me about a project that she's working on. The project is something cool. You would be like, oh, yo, that's cool. But like, I kind of just like gave her a content version of the plan. I'm like the content guy people know now. It's weird. It's weird to think about that. It's weird to have people like, hey, I see that you do this all the time. Help me. And I'm just like, whoa, okay. I should start charging. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No. Why? Like, I learned how to do it for free. Why can't I just show people how to do it for free? Or teach people just like cool. Okay, I'm getting rid of this part. Teach people the like things to use. That's all really it is. And it's like their motivation to do it. You know? If they don't have the motivation to do it, then like I gave them my knowledge to the best of my ability. You know, we're gonna keep this. All right, so this is what we're gonna work with. Let's see what I can do with it. Let's look for, what do you think I should put on this? I should put, actually, I have an idea. Okay, hold on. Let's look up on Google taco food. Wow, just doxed myself. That's cool. Taco food trucks. Images. I want something that is gonna be like funny enough that you can still see it. Yeah, these are actually kind of cool. Maybe it would be really funny if I accidentally branded like a taco truck by accident. That'd be funny. Let's just do food trucks. Or around the corner, hiding. A corner. Can we just say, like, look how I spelled corner right there. I have an idea. It's gonna be really funny. all right, ready? This is funny, actually. I like it. I'm gonna have this guy. This is gonna be very simple. Put up. And then I'm gonna cut out that. Oh, this part. It's like he has a best friend. Alright. Now, we go in and we Photoshop the rest. I'll fix it. Don't worry. I'll fix it. Don't worry. It's gonna look cool. Don't worry. Let's do a little bit slider. Oh my god, that's so good. I gotta like line it right up though. So explain the plan here. What, the plan of me photoshopping? I'm just gonna Photoshop the seal into an everyday picture. He's his best friend. You know? Alright, so what I need to do is, you guys see how there's like this? Why? Why does this look funny to me? That's the Photoshop. Okay. No. I have a better idea. Yeah. The Photoshop is, there's Photoshop things that I gotta try and I'm gonna try to make my own. There's wait, hold on a second. I have an idea. What is a Matthew McConaughey movie? Whoops. Matthew Waters. No, McConaughey. Not wife. Movie. Posters. Why did not? Okay. I was pretty sure that there... Okay, hold on. I have an idea now. I was pretty sure there was one that, like, he had a door. I'm pretty sure. I was pretty sure that that was a thing. Is it a seal or a seal lion? I think it's both. No, it's just a seal. A sea lion does like other stuff, right? It looks different. Man, Matthew McConaughey movie posters kind of blow. I'm not gonna lie. This one. I'm needs Dervixing. What? Huh. Have him coming out of one of his ears? Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it. I need a close-up. Just Matthew McConaughey's face. This one. That's good. Yeah, that works. That works. That works. Get rid of this. Keep it. Just like that. Oh my god, that's actually really good. I like it. Wait, in it? I could do in it. I have to make it smaller, I think. That's funny. People, you know who it is? You know what it is? You know who he is? It's Matthew McConaughey. It's Matthew McConaughey. Nah, you know what? I think I liked it. Yeah, that's okay. I liked it on this. I liked it coming out of here. Oh, that's funny. Okay, hold on. Let's get rid of this. Do it back where it was the first time, because that's the keeper. Because it made it look good. Yeah. All right. So that's the first one. We're gonna submit it. I'm gonna post these all on Instagram afterwards, and you can just. You're just gonna put a seal in a random. Yeah. Why wouldn't I? It's a Photoshop. It was one of the. So what happens is in this subreddit, people give you a photo. And what happens is you need to Photoshop something with this photo. And anything can happen. You can be creative. You can do anything. It can be memey. You can do whatever. This is great. This is great. I'm just trying to clarify. Listen, you're a boomer. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I take that one back. We're gonna do Seal Matthew. Boom. So there we go. That's our submission that we're going to submit and see what happens. I'd like to see the seal on Jessica's car in Race War from Fast and Furious. On Jesse's car? We can try it. Jesse's car from Fast and the Furious. Okay. Like, you had to find the angle. You know what's really funny? Kind of just like a weird thing to think about. Out of all the Fast and the Furious characters, he's the one that hasn't come back. Like, they had random ones come back. He's the one that, like, didn't come back at all. Which is kind of funny. You want to put it on like the side here? You really like this car. I think it's cool too. I like it. It looks kind of like, this looks like a toy. I think it is a toy. I think it is a toy. Yeah, he did. Yeah, well, so was Han, but he came back. Han came back. All right, next Photoshop. Let's find a good one. What's this? Oh my god. What can we do with this? This protein bar. Oh, as a decal? That'd be funny. Let's do the protein bar. Oh. Where am I? Right here. New. Oh. New. Sure. Whoa. What? Why would it choose that size for me? Let's go 1,000. Jesus. It looks like a plank from Ed and Eddie. That's what I was thinking. You got it. The protein bar. It's. I was totally thinking that. Oh, yeah, I know why it wanted me to do the size now. Holy, that's funny, dude. I was totally thinking that. Usually there's a way for me to be able to crop it, but I can't. Yeah, see, it's not croppable that well. So I actually had to like erase it, which kind of blows. So the plank from Ed and Eddie. That's so funny. Just gonna give it some more life. There we go. Get rid of this. And that. Can you put him in? Yes. Or an Avengers. Make him an Avenger. Oh my god, that'd be so good. He's the new Groot. This is low budget Groot. Dude, that's funny. Alright, any bigger? Bigger, better. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. We got rid of it. All right, we need a good Avengers threat. We need an Avengers level for. I should put him in the Spider-Man No Way Home. This Sandman. Worker shortage. This is if I tried to make Groot for the movie. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so we got our image. Now let's find something. New tab. Google. What? Avengers? Oh my friggin' god. Avengers group. Shot. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. That's funny. Should I do the Guardians of the Galaxy instead? Get rid of him and put the... Yo, how funny would it be if I got rid of Baby Groot, put Groot there. I never said I was good at Photoshop, but I did say I was great at creativity. Just starting Photoshop. Pro creativity. Gardens. Oh, why didn't I spell Guardians? Because I don't know how. There it is. I do know how. Shh. Baby Groot. Oh, yeah. Okay. The dancing one? I feel like... Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna have to work with this one. We're gonna have to work with these photos. This photo. I like it. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I never said it was good Photoshop. I just said it was Photoshop. There's a Groot Chia pet? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Okay, so somehow I need to learn how to get rid of his arms. So what's up with my camera? It keeps resetting every time I open an OBS, and then I lose the settings that it was on to make it look okay. And now it's like, it's dull looking, you know? I think that's just a problem though with the C920s, to be honest. Okay. And then I'm going to draw. I feel like people always say they have a problem like that. Oh, that's too much. What are we looking at? We're doing Photoshop. Oh yeah, this doesn't look that great. We are doing Photoshop battles, and right now I'm photoshopping Protein Bar as Baby Groot. Sorry, Potted Plant Groot. No, it's the settings on OBS. So they reset every time OBS closes. That's the downside about it. Yeah. Yes, there's kind of like a big problem about it. Let's do that. Oh man, we're killing it. We're killing the photo shit. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna blend after. Get ready. Get ready. A potted plant. Yeah. All right. Oh no. I think we messed up here. Oh, we did. We did mess up, but it's okay. I have an idea. What I'm gonna do, this looks great. I'm gonna cut out the pot, and there we go. It's Baby Groot. Is Streamlabs getting sued or something? They're getting something. They're probably getting sued. You never know. Nowadays, Streamlabs was like stealing OBS stuff. You should leave the arms. I should. I gotta Photoshop it back. New layer. Alright, cool. Like that, and then just get rid of his head. Alright, I'll do that. That's funny, actually. I don't need that part. I need this. Kadoosh. I'm gonna go lighter. I'm gonna go kadoosh. Kadoosh. There it is. Doesn't look photoshopped at all. Yeah, they copy a lot of their ideas, and then yeah, just slap their name on it, and that's the problem with it. You know what? I'm gonna do this actually, so that I can add another. And then do this. Distort. Blurs. Gaussian blur. Voila! We have our Baby Groot! I know you can kind of see this. But that's it. I don't know how, but you just what? They did. They Streamlabs Stream Deck. They just did like a TikTok thing too that they took. It's Baby Groot. Wait. Does Baby Groot have fonts? Go Google. Groot font. Font space. Ooh, that's good. I'll take it. So that people can realize what it actually is. So that it's just like, oh, what the hell? There it is. Don't worry, guys. We're pros. Creativity pros. Boom. 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 There it is. Have you seen the app that gets rid of your unused subscriptions? Like, who has that many things that they don't know that they were paying for? Oh shit, I did. Not gonna lie, I had a gym that I paid for like almost 2 years and I didn't realize, but it was so small. Like, you'll never realize it. Babe, oh, Bobby. I like that one. Baby Groot protein bar. Baby Groot bar. That's so funny. So after we're gonna do the photoshops, and then I'm gonna submit them and see how they get added. So that one's really good. I like this one. And I'm pretty sure I'm oh, I am. Hello. Come over to the stream. We're doing Photoshop. I wonder. Gym smell? Small? I guess exercise is cheap. It's like $7. $7 like month. So like it is basically a subscription. That's good. All right, next one. Next Photoshop. Let's see. 8 hours ago, a day ago. The Oval Office without furnishings. I could do just like... Oh, I have an idea for this. I have an idea for this one. I got Paramount Plus free trial to watch Paranormal Activity Next to Kin. Bad movie. That's it? You got it just for that? That's funny. That's funny, dude. New. Sure. And then we're gonna do this. Oval Office. Now, we need some I know you guys don't think I'm hilarious. Oh my god, I am not doing so good today, guys. Because it's the Oval Office, I wanted to make it kind of funny and political, you know? This one. Hulu is is on the shit list. Oh. I didn't realize Hulu did live TV. There's no like, okay, this one. You know, it's gonna be funny. How funny would it be if my Photoshop got on like something like this? I'm okay with it because I think some of them. Oh, I thought that was him. I can Photoshop. Oh, you know, I have an idea. We're gonna Photoshop Donald Trump's head on him as I do it. All right. We got this. And then look, ma. Keep canvas size. This guy's huge. The flooring Alright. I like it in the middle. So then we're gonna just like easily erase. This is gonna be hard. We're gonna erase something. Oh, Jesus. Oh. All right. I'm good with head matching. I'm not good with body matching. Oh, and I'm gonna have to do. Okay, I have an idea. A break dance Donald. Yes. So, do you know what Photoshop Battles is all about, Ratty Do? So, what they do is they give you a photo, and you have to be creative with it. That's okay. I'm gonna lose the guy's head, but that's okay. I don't need it. And so then you submit it and see if you get karma on Reddit, and see how funny things that you can create, and see if other people create funny stuff too. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool like subreddit. It's called Photoshop Battles, and what they do, people just do that. And I'll go into one that I'm not gonna do. There's 82 comments. So like, remember what it was? This is it. So this is what someone photoshopped. Oh, maybe not. What? This is the original. Okay. So this is the original. And then someone did Photoshop it. But what? Oh, penises. No? Are they penises? It's, let alone he can Photoshop. What did they switch? I don't know. They switched something. Oh, look, the claws. They got rid of the claws. There's no claws. See, like someone photoshopped no claws on it. That's it. So we are doing this one. And then yeah. And I need a good like lighting photo, which is gonna be good. Alright, people will know it's him. Let's finish doing this before I get too ahead of myself. Trying to find the good stuff. You know? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I didn't want to play games today because I'm like tired as hell. And I was like, you know how fun it would be just to Photoshop some stuff? And oh no. And then that's what, oh my god, what the hell? That's the plan. So we're gonna just erase small stuff. Had a hell of a day today, you know? No claws equals penises. Exactly. Oh, what the heck? I'm skilled. Skilled right here. Chimichurro, 100 bits. Dude, you don't have to do that. I want to give them back to you. How do I give them back? What can I do? What do you want me to do to give them back to you? I'm just trying to have fun. We're making content. We're doing our own thing. You don't need to spend the money. You're amazing and I love you. What do you want me to do? How do I... This is super true. I'm quite funny, so I'm done. Yay! Yay! That's what I like to hear. Sometimes, man. I know we've been playing South Park, and now like the humor level is like high, and it's like South Park humor. It's not, doesn't have to be South Park humor all the time, you know. So I have an idea with this. I'm gonna do a reflection on the ground. We're gonna bust it out. We're gonna bust it out. Put on a diaper. Put a diaper on Donnie. As he's... I don't know if I can Photoshop a diaper on him. While he's breakdancing? Yikes. You guys don't like him, do you? Like he had a hit TV show. Come on. You would think he would be better at president because of his TV show. Great ratings. Right? No? No? That's fine. I've never watched The Apprentice ever. So I couldn't tell you. What you mean to say is challenge accepted. Okay, yep. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Anything that you throw at me right now, my bad. What's a diaper? Guys, I'm cutting the lines here. This looks good. Holy shit. If the president was supposed to act like a teenager, sure. What are you talking about? Donald Trump was a great president. El Presidente, right? Just kidding. I'm Canadian, so don't come at me. Especially people... Oh, should I do this one? As, like, the hair? Oh, fuck, that's so funny. That's really bad. Holy shit. Alright, we might... Oh, no, there's a GIF. I need this one. He has a small head. Like, he has a small head. How do I... Okay, hold on. Let's see what I mean. Let's see what I can do. I mean, people still think he's in power? What? Really? Really? Well, I'm not gonna lie. Senior Biden hasn't done... It seems like he hasn't done anything. This is so weird that this is so pixelated. I kind of like it because it's easier to, like, go against. Oh my god. That's a this could be an emote. What does Twitch say about Donald Trump emotes? I don't think you can have them. Did any other president wear a ball cap like he did? I wonder. I don't think so. You thought Obama might have. Obama might have. But that's like when he was going to games and stuff. But I don't think he just wore it like a thing. He had to be a person. Okay, I think we got it. The face you make when you find the stick of truth the hard way. That's amazing. Let's all agree on this. Biden is definitely more... Yeah, I don't really know about political... Like American politicalist things. Politics. That's what I meant to say. Just because, like, I'm Canadian and our thing is in the doghouse at the moment because everyone's mad that they put our dude back who was like already in it for like a wee bit. I have a feeling I do this, put his head like on that. It kind of looks normal, kind of. I think I have to get rid of, maybe throw it back a little, like that. The tie has to make it, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna do it like this. Guys, chill vibes right now, brought to you by a lovely artist named Kyle Bolby. He's got some lo-fi hi-fis going on. He's a great guy. Know him personally. This is so dumb. You look up tunes by Kyle Bolby, you'll find a bunch of lo-fi playlists, lo-fi albums. It's just good stuff to listen to while you're working. You know? Yo, there we go. That kind of looks better, doesn't it? What do you think? That looks good. Okay, and now what I'm gonna try to do, you've heard of him. Nice. Yeah, he's making waves right now, I think. That's funny. He's making waves. Making waves in like the scene. So I'm going to do this. Dude, leaving the white. Has he moved? Oh yeah. He's what? Dude, leaving the. True. Oh, true. That's true. Made it look like he moved. I have a. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god, what's going on? Oh my god, why can't I do anything? I messed up the program. So now, because it's a shiny floor, this is what I'm doing. On his collar. Oh, okay. Trumpception. I know there's multiple. Oh, I should have had it going like this. That's funny. I want it to kind of like mirror, so we're gonna make this one a little bit transparent so that it looks, oh my fucking god, that's so good. That's good. It looks like it's shiny. Oh, look how good that looks. Look how sick that is. Oh my god. That's so good. Yo, it does. It looks so good. I kind of want to put like a boombox now, just so that people know that like he's like dancing and not just like slipping. Holy shit. Yeah. I knew something. I needed to do the reflection. Yeah. Dude, that's amazing. Okay, that's so good. The fact that the reflection really does it is so good. Okay, let's find a boombox. That's so funny. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's a good one. That's a good one. And we're gonna have to do a reflection on that guy too, I think. Holy fuck, that's funny. Okay, we're doing this one, I think. I like this one. Have Putin in the corner just as his hype man? Okay, I'll do that too. Yes. Okay, that's funny. What is going on? And then have him like kind of just like, or Kim. Oh, I should have Kim Jong-un and Putin just like doing both. Okay, cool. We're gonna add the boombox first. All right. Keep it. Oh my god, the boombox is huge. It's huge. That's so stupid. Sorry. Everything's so huge. Oh, dude, that's so good. That's funny. I'm really impressed with that skill right there. I knew the reflection was gonna do something sick. Search Ghetto Blaster. Well, you don't like this one? Alright. Ghetto Blaster. This isn't gonna bring me to a bad site, right? That's the same thing! You just didn't like it because it was like lame colored, didn't you? No problem, dude. I hope I try to bring them all, and I try to bring the laughs all the time. I try. Sometimes I know I'm not that funny. We need just like a good ghetto blaster. Yeah, this one's good. This one's fine. This one will be okay. Sometimes I know like it's good. I'm on Mumble 20 minutes behind. Oh my god, that's even funnier. Oh yeah, get a better one. And then he can't even. Oh, that's so funny. He's on mobile. Yeah, this one looks legit though. I like the best part is the remote. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's turn it down a little. There it is. And then we're gonna get rid of that. And then that. And then get rid of that. Dude, that's so good. Alright. This one looks a little fake. We're not going for realism here. I kind of want to make it real, though. That's the thing. How about Deadpool holding up his phone with the boombox app? Is there a... Let's see. Why would Deadpool be there? Here, let's look for Putin. Let's look for Kim. Jong-un. standing in I need a holy shit. Holy fuck. Yes. Okay, I want it, but I need him to have legs. That's the downside about this. I need him to have fucking legs. No, I don't. No, I have an idea. Holy shit, that's so funny. I can have him like here. Just be like, holy shit, that's so good. Okay, I don't want to like crop them yet. Okay, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of all the crud in the photo. Dude, that's funny. Oh, what the heck? Oh, looks like I gotta have to erase everything. Holy shit. This one's good. Best Photoshop I've ever done. Hands down. I'm pretty good with the line work, eh? As I mess it up. Oh yeah. So this is like a free program. It's called paint.net. And this is what I do all of my Photoshop stuff with. Just a fun fact. You don't have to be a Premiere person or like an Adobe Photoshop person. Just find something that you like. And then, dude, that's funny. I could put him in the corner. That's what was the plan. 'Twas the plan. He's got one fat ass pointer finger. Gee, oh fuck! I fucked that one up. All right, let's make it. There it is. His one pointer finger is huge. Like that's a big pointer finger. Abnormal. Can you use? No, you can't. I wish, because it would be so easier to do. And usually it allows you to like get some of the stuff, but sometimes it's just not. And I'm kind of like the hairline. Yo, if I can oh, that hair is perfect. That is like a perfect, like, rounded of the hair. Don't let Supreme Leader hear you say that he has a big finger. Yeah, he's got one thick ass finger, bro. Watch. I'm banned off TikTok now. Oh no. I probably am now. TikTok, am I alive? Yeah. I'm still good. We're streaming on TikTok, by the way, right now, too. I'm trying to see if my millions of followers come and hang out on Twitch with us while we do Photoshop. Yo, erasing God? Yeah, that is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't say God. I remember. I did say at the starting of the stream, not that great at Photoshop. I just have a lot of creativity. Pro, I would say rookie Photoshop. Pro creativity. Jesus. Like, that's a huge finger. I'm still, like, kind of blown away how massive that thing is. Alright. And it's all in the details, you know? That's such a stupid photo. Man. Someday I want to. Oh, what? You still can't delete it, eh? Oh no! His face! Oh, that's funny. That's so good. What? Okay, so now it wants me to like just do the big stuff. Erasing Padawan. This photo was just chaos. It's so funny. Holy shit. I should send this one's gonna be like my proudest. If Reddit, what the hell? Oh, it's because that's there. If Reddit does something about this one, oh, I'll be pretty proud of myself. And you saw it here first. This is a good hey there one. Hello. That's funny. See, I don't know what Twitch's stand on this kind of like emotes would be. Like these featured people. I don't know how well they're just like hello. Yo, that's good. Like him having it like right there. And then we'll have Pooty. I don't even know how to spell his name. Just hopefully in the background right there. Yo, that's good. How do you spell Putin? Okay. Poutine? Oh, it's Putin. Chillin' with an H. Why did the shirtless one? Holy shit. How funny would that be? Just the shirtless Putin. Hey Twitch, what's your stance on dictators? I know. I just I need a wide shot. Pootie Tang? Putin. Just this one's funny. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. And just him standing. If we can have a Bezos emote, we can have dictator emotes. That's true. That is true. That is true. Oh my god, this is huge. Huge. Yo, I should put just in the comments, call it last day. How thick is Putin? Should I make him thicker? I don't want to get rid of his. Okay. People coming into my Twitch chat seeing me do this right now, they're probably like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh my god. So I'm gonna have to, okay. Just talk to myself. I'm gonna have to erase it all again. Just did the best erase I could on Kim Jong-un. He's a little guy. He is a little guy. Like, not gonna lie. I think I'm taller than him. We'll go big just to get this around. There we go. I didn't realize how small he actually is. He is a little guy. No wonder he has like a Napoleon complex, doesn't he? The scariest man in the world, I think, is him. Trump is bigger than him? Width-wise, yes. He's not a thick boy. Alright. Let's zoom in on the Putin. This takes skill, I think. Some sort of skill. Skill that I've developed over years and years of playing putt-putt goes to the zoo. Years and years of putt-putt. He actually knows how to kill people, though. Who? This guy? Yeah, probably. He probably knows how to do a lot of things. Like ride a bike. Why did I? That's the go-to. He knows how to ride a bike. He knows how to relax, fight a grizzly, probably drive a tank. It's like you're caressing his face with my finger. It basically is. This is the weird part where I gotta get like deep. Oh yeah. Gotta get in there. Oof. I bet you know how funny it is? He's like feeling this in real time. He's like, oh, somebody's rubbing my arm on the internet. Yeah, it feels good. Oh, I must let it happen. But sir, what are they doing? Oh, oh, they're going up and down my leg now. Oh, they must be photoshopping me. They must be photoshopping me. Getting deep in the Putin, eh? Yes. Sir, you know they're not allowed. They're not allowed to Photoshop you, right? It's okay. It's totally fine. He's gonna see this picture on Reddit, and then my name, my username, I am the real Triple G is flagged for life from Russia. I'm never allowed to go back. I've never even been, but I'm never allowed to go. He caressed my leg. It was great. Call him Sir Caresser. Oh, okay, sir. Holy shit. He's gonna frame it and be like, hey, this is good visual, man. Hey, Trump is he's dancing, bro. Sick. Whew. That's funny. We're gonna have to do the same thing that we did with the Trump with the Trump and do a reflection of them, because we can't have one look hyper realistic with a reflection and then have the man Putin not be reflected, or he's a vampire. We could have like not a vampire written on him. Oh, that's funny actually. That is funny. Yo, you're lucky you're Canadian. That's true. Why does he sound French? That's my Russian accent. Hey, it's me. Russian. I don't. How do Russians sound? They're always like vodka. Oh, that's like Russian, is it not? Hey, he's caressing my leg. Vodka. Go do. I can't do it. It always go like a Twilight vampire. I'm a vampire. I'm now a vampire. They call me the Russian vampire, because I'm always rushing in. Got him. Okay, head to toe on that side done. People who are coming here for the first time ever, hey, welcome. My name's I'm Triple G. We do fun random stuff like Putin accents, Putin impressions, while we are photoshopping Putin. They talk fast because they're rushing in. Holy shit, I'm scared at what CC thinks you're saying. Oh my god. If the CCs of Twitch, closed captioning on Twitch, gets what I'm saying, oh my god, I'm probably like causing World War III with this conversation right now. Oh my god, I think I just started World War III. That's bad because of this. Yo, that finger, guys. That finger, look how big it is. Can we add a disco light? Oh yeah. Do something. All right. I think we got it so that I can at least do the bulk stuff now, like without him getting involved. I think. I hope. That's good. That's not good. That's good. That's good. Nice. And then I have to do the quick ring around him. Cool. He's here. He's at the White House. He actually looks like he could be there. Like the lighting's nice. Hi, I'm Triple G. And welcome to Totally Communist Tuesday. Oh, Jesus, let's not clip that one. Let's keep that one on. Let's keep that one quiet. I'm Canadian. I don't believe in it. That's the last thing I need is... Oh my god, TikTok, don't listen to us. Don't listen to us. Actually, come to the stream and see what we're actually doing. Oh god. I just probably ruined my chances of growing on Tickety Talk. That's fine. That's fine. Next thing I know, I'm not going to be able to content create anymore because I have a cease and desist from these 3 guys. Could you imagine? Canadian streamer gets cease and desist from the 3 most scariest well, 2 most scariest dictators around, and a guy who can really bust a move. Holy shit. Rewind, I'm dead. Don't do it. Holy. Alright, let's make him stand. He's not that tall. Okay. Publicity is publicity. That's great. You know what? I feel like I've been pushing myself a little bit, and it's getting to the point where I'm playing like I get it. I'm playing like games and stuff. Oh, this doesn't look... No, okay. Hold on. He's just standing there. Do you think he's that tall? No, he's not even tall enough to get in the door. Okay. I like it. We'll have him here. I'm going to fade him though. I'm going to add a second one of him. And then I'm going to do the whole flip down. Oh shit, I hit the wrong one. We're going to do the whole flip down. And then I'm going to also do like this. But then we're going to transparency again. Yeah. And then I'm going to lock those 2 layers together just in case, so that when I move him, if we do... Oh my god. There we go. He moves with it, but I can't only do it. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. But if I don't lock it, I have to add a little bit of a shadow. Right? Because the light. What is going on? There you go. It's the main character from Hitman. Hell yeah, it is. Okay. Holy fuck, that's funny. So I'm gonna add a little bit of... Where is it? What am I looking for? Shadow. Inner shadow on the pooties. Shadow strength, turn it down a little. But then he's there. Yeah. Should I do it on that side? I think I need it on this side the most. Yeah, you should give Kim some Takis in his hand. Like the food. Alright, Putin's there. Should I put Cheetos or Takis? What do you want? What do you think? Cheetos because it's Trump. Uh-huh. Sideways cap. Dude, that's funny. What are Takis? I guess. How do you spell it? I-S. That's not how you spell it. How did I spell it wrong? Oh, I did spell it wrong. I put T-keys. Takis. Wow, that's huge. I need this like this. By Fuego? Wait, this is the same thing. Fuego? Isn't that the like drink that the Juggalos wear? LOL Cheetos? No, we could do Cheetos. Cheetos would be funny. Oh my gosh, why are they so big? Oh my god, what is going on? How big are they usually? Like he just threw them. Yeah, no, I have an idea. I mean, he just threw them. Fuego means fire. Fago means the Juggalo drink. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yo, or a boombox in Putin's hands, like him holding it. Oh yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Because remember, like, if you add too much, then it kind of gets. I need tackies out of package. Flying. Oh my god, why is it so big? That's what she said. Okay, hold on. Let's do this really quick. Get rid of that, and that. Ow, my nose. Okay. Oh my god, it's funny because Trump looks like he's so mad about it. Holy shit, that's funny. Let's go here. Put it here. Gonna add. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to layer it, and then the next one is gonna come out here. Just gonna add like 2, and then kind of just build it like that, and add another one, but then have it like. And then I'm gonna mix them down and throw them behind the thing, so then it looks like he's throwing them. Oh! This picture just looks so fucking crazy right now. Holy shit. Kim Jong just come in, didn't give a fuck. He just doesn't give a fuck. Putin just is like angry. Okay, a boombox. A boombox for Putin. Or an iPod shuffle. This is good. I like it. This is an album cover? Fuck yeah, that's funny. Oh, no, wait. I like this one. This one's funny. Because, like, everyone can relate to this one. Goodman's. Classic. Oh, my. An iPod shuffle just in his hand. Oh, that's funny, too. Holy cow. New layer. Oh, my God. Why is it so big? Why is it in the tackies? Oh, man. Ah, oh, no. Okay, hold on. I gotta do a new one. This one's a lot of work compared to the other guys. Like, this is funny. The seal. This one's good. The dorkier looking, the better. That's what I'm thinking, right? Alright, keep canvas size. Let's get it smaller. Oh my god. And then let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. And then we gotta make it look like it's there. So, I'm going to flip it. Oh, whoops. Going to flip it like this. Have it over here. But now, I'm gonna put it. Oh no. I'm just gonna put it by his hands. Okay, so I'm gonna put it behind him like this, and then it makes it look like there, and I'm gonna have to do it to this too. Hold on, this is good. Okay, so we're gonna put this behind the pooty. The pooted. The poots. Okay, so then what I want to do is copy that. Let's see if this works. Put it down. Okay, what we're gonna do is put it in his hand. And then on that one, I'm gonna do transparency. Oh, sick. Wicked. And then I'm gonna go that down, and then I'm gonna throw this one below. So shit. Okay. Let me think here what I can do. I can add another one. Put it in front. Okay. And then go super close. Get rid of that so that it looks like he's holding it. Perfect. We got it. We have it figured it out. And then we're just gonna delete the second layer completely so that it's still there. Oh, we figured out Photoshop. What song would it be? Oh my god. I don't know, man. This is so dumb. Okay, hold on. Let's mix her down. This is a good one. I'm proud of this one. This one's good. We got reflection. It looks good. This is it. And we're gonna call it Last Day. The song is I'm gonna knock you out. Oh no. We call it Last Day. That's so funny. That's a good one. Hello. Come hang out. We're doing Photoshop. That's funny. That's funny. Holy cow. Alright, save as Last Day on the Job. We're gonna call it that. Last Day on the Job. It's been titled. I'm gonna sell this as an NFT. Let's see what happens. It's so dumb. So okay, we got the seal on Matthew McConaughey's ear, which is funny. We got this Groot. Holy shit, that's funny. And then we have this. This is amazing. I love it. I fucking love this. This one's good. I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope someone laughs at this one. I hope people think this one's a little humorous. Alright. Let's figure out what the next Photoshop is. Not CD player. Alright, so, okay. Am I able to just add? I had to link it. Oh, man. Huh. How do I, code block? I think I had to add myself as an Omegle account. Yeah, I do. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Let's do... I'm laughing already. I hope it's good. I hope it'll be fine. I had to do an Omegle account though. I didn't realize that. I think I just posted to the thing, you know what I mean? Open to a new tab. Let's do the ones that we've done so that I can remember. Tab. And tab. Yeah, 100 bits for that NFT. Alright, sold. Could you imagine someone fucking bought that? Like, legitimately, someone bought this? That's so good. Oh my fucking god. I like it. All of them are really funny. This one's good. This one's good. I'm crazy. I have a weird mind after doing the Photoshops. Oh! This one's good. I like it. It's yours. How do you want it? 100 bits? Holy shit, dude. You can have it. Mine. That's funny. Alright, it's yours. How do you want it? How do you want me to send it? Photoshop battle. Mexican freestylers. You have a gift, sir? The Groot is hilarious? It is. I have a gift. Oh. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I was like, wait, no I don't. When did it get here? Alright, new one. That's so good. I'm gonna send it to Putin. Don't do it! He's gonna hurt me. I don't like it. I need a 850. So then this is the new one. I should have... Oh, I have an idea. Okay, wait a second. This is... Can I do it? Oh my god, it's messed up. Every time. Okay, let's just get the kid out. And we'll get ready to Photoshop some coolness to this kid. You want to send me? How do I send it to you as a gift? I can send it. I'll send it to you via the text message, and it's yours. He already has it. He probably does. He's got something on my computer already. Putin. Putin already is. He's contacted the FBI. The FBI is gonna call me tomorrow morning. Sorry, the Canadian FBI, which I don't really know what it is because we don't have one. Oh, this kid has a weird foot. You should put him in the scene where the Joker blows up the hospital. And just be like... Okay, that's funny. That's funny. We'll try it. That's funny. That's funny as hell. Joker. I can't stop thinking about it. That's good. That's good. Holy cow. Oh, I fricked up his finger. Poor kid. Poor kid just made him Canadian FBI, so they're gonna send a moose to murder me. Yep. Oh no. The great Canadian moose, Yvonne of the Yukon, is coming after me because of this. If you ever need me to outline something, erase, I'm your man. Cause man, I'm good. I didn't realize how good I was at doing this part. Other parts, not so great. I can outline anything. This kid has sick hair too. He's like kind of balding right there. More like a Canadian Goose team. Oh, yikes. I should go closer. I can't see. That's a really close face. Erase Jesus. Oh my god. I can't. But I am. I'm the second coming of the race Jesus. Oh no. Can I just tell you I'm colorblind? So these just look gray. I don't know if I'm... Holy shit. Can you erase my student loans? If you put them on Photoshop battles, I can. How funny if it... Okay, I'm not. Okay. I'm not colorblind, but how funny would it be if it was? I'd be like, God damn, man, that's pretty good. think I got his face and head done. Yeah. Oh, I missed something. Yo, that looks good. That's like fresh. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did. Let's fix this hand. Oh, shit. I was trying to do that. Dang. Didn't know you were an ableist. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Unsub. I just said how funny would it be if I actually was. I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. You got an NFT tonight. I don't know how. You can legit try to sell it as an NFT. I want to see if it works. If it does. If you sell that photo as an NFT, senor, and you make more than a couple of dollars, like thousands, I would like at least 2,000. Okay, just that's it. If you get more than that, good on you. You hustle hard, bro. Appreciate it. Respect. At least like just give me 1,000 or 2. I could really use it. I need to buy a new car. I had the ticket that I have to pay for now. But seriously, if you make a couple $100, that's all you, bro. Sell it, man. If you want to sell it, sell it. If you don't want to sell it and keep it forever, that's even better. I ain't gonna hold it to you. It's yours. It's your NFT. I'll pay your ticket. Thank you. That's $700. That's a lot. $700 American? That's even better because, like, I gotta pay Canadian, so I still get like a couple $100 in the pocket after. So that's good for me, I guess. Can get myself some gas afterwards. It's, you know, it's about going with the grooves of like the subject that you're like erasing for. Because like if you didn't, like, look, dude, that's kind of cool. Like, I didn't realize how good of an eraser I could be. Key to erasing. Oh shit. Okay, let's get rid of everything, and then we're gonna try the Joker thing, cause this is good. This is good. Let's get rid of everything else. Gonzies. Oh, dude. What? Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh, dude. Why? There it is. Oh. Professional eraser. This could be a career. You know, that'd be sick. Hey man, what? I need this. Oh Jesus. I need this. I need just a PDF file of this, please. Alright, I can do that. $20. Really? 20? Yeah, man. I do it pro. Oh what is going on here? There it is. Oh no, somebody break the law. I got a stupid ticket. I was moving a GPS and a police saw me, and in Canada there's this, oh my god, I fucked up it again. In Canada there's this law that if you're holding a handheld, it's a distracting driving ticket charge. Oh my god. And I got one yesterday, and it's the stupidest thing because I was literally just moving the GPS to like one side of the vehicle on the other side, and the cop did not give a fuck. He was just a bitch. Sorry if he ever watch someone send this cop the fucking video because I'm pissed. No, I'm kidding. He's doing his job, but he like did not give a fuck. Like he just like, nah, it's your phone. I'm like, nah, dude, it's my GPS for work. Like it's not even a phone. And like I kind of was like, hey, what did I do wrong? Oh well, this, and I was like, no, dude, I promise you. I'm like, I'm peachy keen with you, and he just did not care. Oh no, my good Photoshop. Ooh, you can't even touch it. Or God has to be hands free. That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm fighting it. So I gotta go to like I have like a person I gotta go talk to on Friday about it. I have 15 days to figure it out, or I pay like a $785 ticket, and also it affects 3 demerit points on my license, which is bullshit and garbage. And then that affects my insurance, you know, the whole shebang. It was such a stupid thing too, because like I was just moving my work GPS. What again? My work GPS. I literally just started 10 minutes prior. Moving my work GPS from the cup holder to the other cup holder like this. So we're driving. This is my steering wheel. The microphone's the steering wheel. I'm driving, and I grab it, and I go, oh, I'm going to hold it until I'm done this turn. And then when I'm done the turn, I place it, and then whoop, and fuck yeah. That's it. That's it, man. That's all I did. I'm heated. I'm heated right now. Hell yeah. This is the sickest kid of all time. Okay, let's find the Joker background. Joker walking away from the hospital. I like it. I think it's funny. Where's the big boom part? Oh, I could match that. I work at FedEx. That's why I'm so fed up. Exactly. You nailed it. That's why I'm so fed up. You got it. Yo, this one's good too. I already like it. I already like this one. Except for lighting. We gotta change the lighting. He must hate FedEx? Probably. So the lighting is a little weird on the guy's face. But I like it too. Holy shit, that's funny. And then I gotta... What happens if I do this really quick? I want to do oh no. Oh no. Where did the shadow go? Way the hell over here. Why Why can't it go higher? Huh. Shadows, bros. Sometimes this would be sick if the lighting was better. Okay, so we think we need to get a better one. This is still in the running. I'm gonna keep it though. Let's try oh, maybe I just need a better lit one, and it could work really well, because like on his face it's so dark. What about, hold on, let's do I have an idea. Ready? You ready for this? This is gonna be, I think this is gonna be funny. Oh fuck, wrong one. New layer. Keep camera size. Oh, okay, I think I can do something with this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, the cop didn't even really talk to me. Just yeah, no, that's 100% what happened to me too. He literally just was like, "I need your license. I need your registration, please." And I said, "Okay." And yeah. What if I put him up here? This kid just comes in, saves everybody. All right, this one's not good. I need to find a better one. I need to find a better one. Spider-Man's great. This is good, but I need a different lighting source. Okay, let me see here. 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 This is stressing me out. The worst thing about the whole situation is that the dude, like, I told him it was my work stuff, and he literally just did not give a fuck. Oh, so I'm drinking coffee. Not a good idea for 12 o'clock at night. I'm ready to fucking go to sleep, though, so that's crazy. I need... What's a good... Oh... Oh, what? I'm sure he's allowed to play with 10 and hints while driving. I know. The worst part is he's like using his computer while he drives. So like, come on, bro. That's the thing. They like, it's so hypocritical, and that's the thing that's gonna suck. And I had to like fight it. And like it just sucks. And it's like one of those things where I literally was doing the turn, and literally just was like, okay, oh, whoa, grabbed it. I didn't leave, but grabbed it, and I had it like this, and finished the turn and put it in the cup holder right here, and then that is it. Can you drop? No, they don't do anything like that. It's if you get something like that, you get it's on you. Trust. I looked it up. Let's do. What should the kid be doing? What should this kid be doing? I feel like he needs to be like Gladiator or something. He needs to be doing Gladiator. Huh. I'm having a brain fart. Let's maybe look at Putin again. I'm Groot, it's good. We got some skills here. Your kid's not sleeping. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Apparently, in some places, the money cops make in traffic stop goes to the precincts. Oh. Yeah, last day on the job. Here it comes. Jesus Christ. He's having a field day, throwing some tackies away, pumping some tunes. Mama's gonna knock you out. That's so funny. I like it. Oh. What's up? Let's go over here. I gotta move TikTok, guys. Oh, Jesus. I gotta move TikTok. They have to see me now. TikTok is dying at the moment. There. Oh no. Okay, it's still there. TikTok was she's LOLing. That's good. That's what the point of this whole thing is. A seal on Matthew McConaughey's ear. Don't know why, but we did it. Groot. Oh shit, that's funny. This is the best. All these are going up on Instagram. Okay, now we need something here. You know what? I have an idea. He's gonna go on a plane. Skydiving. Play? No. Whoa! Wait. Stunt planes. What are those ones that have stunt plane GTA? No. Like this thing. People walking on the wings. Thank you. Wings of a plane. Can we just put the kid as Jesus statue? Oh my god. Yes. We can. Yes, we can. Is that how you do it? Or is it R-E-O? Rio, Jesus. There it is. Holy fuck. That's so funny. Holy shit. Okay, I kind of want this one. Holy shit, that's so good. That's funny. Dude, that's so funny. That is funny. Okay. I think we got it too because the sun. The sun is the... Holy shit, that's gonna be good. I like it. Rio. Oh no, it's too small. Okay, that's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Oh, with the people. It's so good. Alright. Fuck, that's so funny. Oh my god. I'm not going to hell, but that's funny as shit. Alright, let's make this kid huge. Holy cow. Alright. Okay. Oh my god. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Okay. That's where we're gonna put it. And now I'm gonna Photoshop these guys out. Oh my god, dude, that's funny as hell. Okay. That's so good. Holy cow. Dude, that's funny. That was a good call. Good call. I like it. Alright. Am I doing anything here? I did. Flick that guy on. Flick that guy up. Holy shit, that's so funny. Okay. All right, and then now, after all the eraser lord, holy cow, dude, that's funny. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get rid of the arms somehow, because I already did here. Oh, there's more. I photoshopped the kid. Oh, whoops. Here. Why aren't you photoshopping? Why aren't you going back to normal, kid? Oh no. Oh, dang it. Dang it, 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 dang it. I need to get rid of the feet. That's the thing. Okay. Alright. This is good. Okay. But now we need that. Okay. So this. And we're going to go and Jarara. We are going to Jarara. Gonna get that cola. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on that this color, and then I'm going to hit this. Oh shit. I'm gonna hit that with this. Hold on. Hold on. I know what you're thinking. This doesn't work. But then if I pull that all the way down, pull that a little bit upwards, that looks legit! Dude, that's so funny. And then Rio. Dude, that's it. You can tell it's Photoshop, but whatever. It's meant to. Dude, that's funny. I should put Rio de Janeiro so that people understand. Because I don't think that... I think those like, oh, look, it's a giant baby. He's like, why are the Turkish people? What the fuck is going on? Dude, that's funny. Wonder what the Rio de Janeiro... I like it. So, okay. We need to find Rio... how do you... Rio... Jesus. Let's go font. Oh, shit. Font. Is it like a travel? Licensable? I just throw this up real quick. Find postcard font. Oh, yo, that's a good idea. Uh-huh. Postcard font. Why do I keep fucking doing that? Opening vintage. Wait, what? Perfecto. Can you cut out a postcard of Rio? Oh, that's a good idea too. Postcard. I wonder if there's like a Rio postcard template. Oh my god, what the hell did I just do? I don't... Rio de Janeiro. Okay. I like it. I like this one. Or this one. Oof. Rio de Janeiro. That's so funny, the kid. Alright. I think I have one. I think I took it. It's a postcard. Rio. Oh, it's not high quality though. Yeah. We can put that there though. We can make it like legit. I have an idea. We're gonna make it like a this guy. Oh, I like it. Rio de Janeiro. I want to go now. I kind of want to go to Rio. We down? We doing this? Are we gonna go to Rio? Oh, are you shitting me? There's no way I'm gonna be able to get the text from this guy. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. Maybe if I try PNG. It might help me a little. Rio just 2016. Yeah, that's funny. Will the statue be there? Nah, I hope so. Oh, I can just make my own. I'm a dum-dum. Why am I like worrying about... I have tons of text. That's the thing. New. Let's find a really nice like this one. Clearly we're gonna do it in red. This kid. This poor kid. Rio. Let's go a little bigger. Rio. Oh fuck, I don't know how to spell De Janeiro. D-E Janeiro. E-R-O. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Wait, what? J-A-N-E-I-R-O. Rio de Janeiro. And then a quick little outline in black, and then this is so stupid, but this is so good. And then we're gonna do darkness. Bam! This looks like an album. Yeah, Rio de Janeiro. Dude, that's good. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, that's good too. This one's funny. Let's do it like that. Album vibes? They all have album vibes? Even this one? Don't forget. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. It's true. Brazil. Right? Is that right? Yeah. Thank God. Some chill wave for sure. I like it. I know this one has it. I'm gonna get rid of this one though, because then it shows like. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. There we go. Wavam! And here we go. How funny is that? Bottom? Yeah, let's just do a bottom one. Dude, there it is. That's it. Look at us. Oh my god. Rio Jesus. Holy cow. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Rio Jesus. Rio Jesus. Alright. Okay. That is it. I'm going to submit them. That is it for doing our memes. We got a couple we're going to test out. That one's funny. I love that one, actually. We got a couple that, you know, that's good too. That's funny. But why? Holy cow. Dude, that's funny, guys. So, I'm going to post these on Instagram. Post them on Instagram. Dude, you bought this one. Thank you. 67 bits, bro. That's a lot. You don't have to. You don't have to. Alright, that's it for the stream, guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming by, hanging out. I'm gonna make an emergirl. I can't say it for some reason. An imgirl account so that I can post these. An imgirl? I don't know. An imgirl.com account so that I can post these and see if we win. So we'll check in on Thursday and see how they done, see how they did, and yeah. Thank you everybody who came by. I appreciate Ratty, Chimichurro. I love you. Everyone on TikTok, appreciate you guys. Thank you. That's the last of your bits. Oh my god. Dude, you don't have to give me your bits. You don't have to give me bits, dude. Did. I hope we had a good chill stream. I appreciate it. Man, just like my videos and everything. Like them on TikTok, ! TikTok. Look up I am Triple G on TikTok. Right, TikTok? Right. You see stream clips that you guys do? You need Taco Bell. Oh, I do. You know what's really funny? I tweeted Taco Bell Canada, and they tweeted me back, and it was awesome. I felt good. I felt real good about it. I was like, hell yeah, late night taco cravings, baby. Hashtag living it and loving it with Taco Bell. And then they were like, I'm glad we helped you out. And I was like, oh, yo, you guys are legit. You guys are legit. Okay. Well, that's the stream, guys. I appreciate you. This will go up on the Vod channel. And then clips will be made. I'm excited. I'm excited to show the world our little photoshops that we did. Rio Jesus. Last day on the job. I'm Groot. And then the seal behind the ear. You gotta throw in some random ones. Good night, man. I hope you have a good one. Ciao, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. Remember to like and follow on TikTok. I'm outie for now. I'll see you guys on Thursday night. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We're going to probably get back into some Stick of Truth. Hopefully I can fix this camera. As much as I love it. Okie dokie. I'll see you guys next stream. Where is... I don't know where my... Oh, there it is. Alright, see you guys later. I was looking for the end stream button. Oh, Thor just wanted to say bye. Okay, bye, buddy. Good night. See you later. Ciao. Bye, guys. See you next time. For reals. Bye-bye.